Hello everyone, Xenoblade Hero here, and today I've got a discussion for you all about the new Rock Band DLC that has just been recently announced. Now, Harmonix have just come out of nowhere, and 21 months after no DLC being released, they've announced a free pack for the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. The Wii is not included in this, so sadly I can't purchase the DLC, but I'm very glad that Harmonix have managed to step up and make some DLC after such a long wait. And it's interesting to see how they've gone across this. Like, I know a lot of people have been requesting that they make Rock Band 4, and I'm wondering if they've done this to possibly gauge the level of interest in a sequel. That's how I feel they're doing this anyway. A lot of people, I've looked on some discussion threads, and they've said that they feel this is an odd approach to it, but I think it is the best possible approach they could have done, because I wouldn't want to put money into making a new game and for it to not sell. And I feel this would at least give them a guarantee that there is still interest in the series after so long. So I think they've done a very good approach to this. Now, the 3 DLC tracks that have been announced to be released today, I believe, is Are You Mine by Arctic Monkeys. This is the first song by this artist that's been released on Rock Band, and could possibly get a high level of interest because of that. I think a lot of people are very excited about that release. Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold. This is from the heavily requested Hail to the King album. I've seen several times that people have actually wanted the album to be released in its entirety, but I'm not sure if this is the best approach to it, but that could just be my bias. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Avenged Sevenfold. I'm fine with their music, but I kind of just don't agree with how they present themselves. I mean, not to make any offense to anyone, but I just don't agree with a lot of like the music videos and how they present themselves as how they do. But that's another debate entirely. And Shepherd of Fire is completely fine, and I'm sure lots of people will be looking forward to that one. Something for Nothing by Foo Fighters. That's my personal favourite that I'm looking forward to from the new Foo Fighters album. But I've also heard that this one, a lot of people have been saying about the keys chart being incomplete. I don't actually have any more details on this, but I recommend looking through to some discussion threads. I'll link some in the description, and we'll see how that song turns out, because I'm personally really looking forward to that one. These are all very recent tracks from very recent albums. I think the furthest back is from 2013 or 2012. I could be wrong there, but very recent tracks. And I guess all they're doing with this is obviously releasing very recent tracks to see the level of interest that there is, and also because these albums are quite popular, as they've seen. So I don't know. We'll see how they sell if they obviously get released today. Now, also another question I would ask is, what is the purpose of releasing DLC? Why are they releasing DLC now on old consoles, not next generation consoles, and not releasing Rock Band 4? Now, I think the best way to approach this is what I said earlier. They are gauging the level of interest and whether it's worth an investment in making Rock Band 4. But I would also say that the purpose of releasing it is possibly to see what instruments are still the most popular and being played. Like, I know like they might not be a key chart for one of the Foo Fighters tracks, as some people have said, but we'll have to see that because that's not been set in stone yet. But maybe they're trying to gauge what instruments are most popular and what kind of what they should gear the game towards. Like, if it should take a more Guitar Hero like approach and start focusing more on guitars and the basic instruments and stray away from the pro instruments. I don't know, I think that might be a mistake, and they might want to keep all the features in to make all the audiences happy, but I'm aware that could be extra development costs, and that could take more time to produce when people would be happy with a product that has just the bass instruments in it. I personally hope that they don't get rid of Harmonies in it anyway, because I've had a lot of fun at parties and at the like. Just because Harmonies is, I would argue, it is a better singing engine than SingStar and lots of other singing games that have been announced. Rock Band is my favourite singing engine, and I would not want the Harmonies mode to be gotten rid of from the game. Now, another question is, why have such recent songs been released? I kind of covered that a bit earlier, but I think it is to gauge the interest and see what kind of DLC people want. I mean, they've covered different genres, haven't they? And another thing worth noting is they are all very popular artists. You could see this as a bit of a safe pack to go with for their first release, but I'm happy with the way they've approached this. Now, also, another question is, what is the future of Rock Band? What if they did release Rock Band 4? What could they do with Rock Band 4 to make people buy it, to make people who don't have an interest in the series anymore to buy this? I mean, I'm on the So&M forum board, and I posted about this, and I was very excited about the announcement, but people on there just didn't seem very interested, and they almost questioned why I would be interested in the peripheral rhythm action genre. Because of all the new consoles, and nothing has been announced, and the level of interest has been lost amongst some people. And it's strange because this has almost gone from a party game into something for a more dedicated audience, a more almost hardcore audience, I would say, who have invested in the series for a long time. And I think what they could do with the new games to bring back interest is definitely come up with a very solid song list. I feel like the Rock Band 3 DLC was perfect for getting a wide audience, but I'm worried at the same time that the in-game set list wasn't the greatest. And most people, I've definitely spoken to a few people about this, and a lot of people bought the game for the DLC and not the in-game tracks. So I feel they could make the in-game tracks a lot more like the DLC they've been releasing, but I know this is quite difficult to do because of licensing costs and all that. Also, what can they do with a Rock Band 4 to make people want to buy it? That's another really good question, and I know that I would personally want extra game modes. A lot of people haven't talked about this, and they just want the core gameplay back, but what about a board game mode? What about adding elements from typical RPG games? What about a level up system from similar to Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, how there's achievements for every song? Why not include some elements to keep people playing, in single player especially? Why not keep them motivated and keep them playing for longer with different game modes? Why keep the basic template of just playing songs as they are? You could easily manipulate and make the game completely different with the game modes. You could even have an open world adventure game with some of the features in it, and just have the main game players playing songs, and include other elements like a in-depth story. I know this may not be what people want from it, but I feel this would enhance the single player experience entirely, and the multiplayer experience they can still keep, and the online presence is extraordinary from this game still, after so long with no announcements being made and loads of songs being taken off the store. It's really shown how much of a dedicated fan base this game has, and I feel that they could attract a lot of people back if they go about this the right way. And I do feel that they need to, for Rock Band 4, possibly release them on next gen. I think the Wii U needs to be included in this as well. That could be debatable, but I think the Wii U definitely has a dedicated fan base, and I saw a lot of people complaining that this DLC didn't make it onto the Wii version, but I think this was because Nintendo shut down their servers for online play. Even though Rock Band 3 is still playable online on the Wii version. I'm not sure why this is the case, but I've certainly played a couple of games online with the Wii down, and I've downloaded DLC and added points. Actually, I'm downloading a track now just to show my level of interest, but I feel this, where was I at? For multiplayer in particular, and for the Wii format, they definitely need to release the game on Wii U, and keep the audience that they have, because I saw a lot of people complaining on online forums, particularly the customs forums, that there is no release for the Wii. And I know the other consoles will definitely have interest. The Xbox One will probably have the most interest, because a lot of exclusives have appeared on the Xbox, and the PlayStation 4 should definitely be considered for a release. I think a release for all consoles would be the best, even if that is a bit selfish, because I personally want to transfer my Wii DLC to the Wii U. I don't know if that will be possible, but I would really appreciate it if Harmonix definitely listened to fan requests on that behalf. And I understand that it might not be possible, but if they could attempt that, that would be great. Now, also, the customs creator forums, a good topic for debate is how would they be affected by the DLC announcement? Because I know they've been, for just over a year, they've been releasing custom DLC to a very high standard, and I feel that needs to be praised. There's some really great people in that community who have been releasing songs on a weekly basis, and that has been mainly maintaining interest for Rock Band series for a good while, and I feel this really needs to be praised. They've done an amazing achievement, and I will link their site in the description. But how would they be affected by the DLC announcement? Because a lot of the songs that they've created might be released as official DLC, and they'll have to take them down. As well, it'll be difficult to make new DLC tracks when they'll possibly have to take them down if Harmonix release the same tracks as they do, or they've already released. Now, I feel the best way to approach this is for them possibly to make more obscure tracks, but that could also lower the level of interest to them, so they may go on hiatus because of this possible announcement. I guess that's entirely up to the people in charge over there, how they want to proceed on this, but it would be a real shame for them to go. I definitely think the Harmonies project needs to stay, because people like me are really enjoy that, especially for party gameplay. And I feel constant pro upgrades is a really good thing to do weekly, and really helps make the old tracks that Rock Band released, Harmonix released, even better. And it definitely it's definitely a good thing what they are doing for the community, and I feel that really needs to be praised, as I've already said. And I really hope that they aren't affected by all this is happening, but I wish them the best of success, because they've done a really great thing. Also, what I need to ask is, if Rock Band 4 is made, how would they go about distributing the game? Now, Rock Band 3 was not released on digital platforms, from what I can gather, and I feel this is something they need to change for Rock Band 4. Also, I feel they really need a PC release. It could possibly make some peripherals for that as well, because the PC audience is actually quite large, and they definitely need to cater to that. A lot of people would buy this game, I reckon, through Steam, and even though the multiplayer aspect could possibly be affected, I guess you can change that by using HDMI adapters and that to connect it to a TV. But either way, I feel making it on PC would definitely be able to expand their audience further, and because the PC at the moment has the widest level of interest for everyone. And also, digital distribution on all platforms I feel is mandatory. I feel they need to do this, because physical distribution, I don't know, it's also makes it so that in countries outside of popular areas like America and Europe and Australia, you can easily obtain the games still through the store. And I feel this would be a way that Rock Band and Harmonix themselves would be able to save costs by not distributing through physical product. They'll be able to get their product out further without the need for physical distribution. They can release physically through countries that demand this game, such as America and even Europe. I know Europe isn't the biggest for rhythm action games, but I would still be heavily interested in buying a physical product for this game. Now, I think that's all I really needed to cover, and this is about 15 minutes as it is, so definitely get in touch. Say what your thoughts of this are, and I know I've shown my face for the first time on YouTube, but I feel this was for a good cause and this needed to be said. So thank you all for watching. I'll upload this on the same day, and I hope to see you soon. For the next couple of videos, I'll be releasing a couple of Donkey Kong Country speedruns, and possibly also talking about my new Pokemon team for the new VGC season. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the